Good evening. I'm Amy Murphy, and I have the privilege and honor of serving as principal at Blue Valley Northwest. On behalf of our Northwest family, I'd like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2016. At this time, I'd ask our Blue Valley Northwest Choir, under the direction of Mr. Kevin Coker, to please sing the Star Spangled Banner. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Lundeen and our Blue Valley Northwest Symphonic Band for performing while our students enter the arena. Also, thank you to Mr. Coker and our senior vocalists for leading us in the Star Spangled Banner. This is a very special ceremony this evening, and out of respect for each of our graduates, I've been asked by the class of 2016 to request that members of the audience refrain from the use of air horns, noisemakers, or any action that would take away from the dignity of this once-in-a-lifetime ceremony. Coordinating an event like this takes many hours of planning and hard work. I'd like to thank Assistant Principal Kevin Gerke, Administrative Assistant Tanya Hoffmeister, Teacher and Senior Connector Marley Coyne, and Teacher and Senior Class Sponsor Michelle Blanco for all their hard work in planning this wonderful event. Please join me in thanking them, as well as the many others who had a part in planning this wonderful ceremony. Members of the class of 2016, Board of Education members, school district officials, staff members, family, and friends, it's indeed a privilege to be here this evening to share in this special celebration. We're honored to have our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Todd White, to make further introductions and to share a few thoughts with you. I present our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Todd White.
On behalf of the Board of Education, Blue Valley Unified School District number 229, the administration, faculty, and staff, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to the 23rd graduation of Blue Valley Northwest High School. It's always a special time of year as graduates come forth to receive their diplomas. This graduation represents a great deal of hard work and effort on the part of the community, parents, relatives, others, but most importantly, our honored graduates assembled here this evening. Students, we are extremely proud of you and your accomplishments. Congratulations. It's also my privilege to introduce the guests on the platform today. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Mr. Mike Seitz, President of the Board of Education. Stacy Obringer Varhall, Vice President. Dr. Cindy Bowling, Mr. Patrick Hurley, Mrs. Sue Matson, Mr. Tom Mitchell, Mrs. Pam Robinson. Also, the administration assembled here this afternoon: Dr. Al Hanna, Interim Superintendent; Deputy Superintendents Dr. Sue Dole and Dr. Mike Schlegel, and Assistant Superintendent Tanya Merrigan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. White. Before we begin our program this evening, I'd ask that Interim Superintendent Dr. Al Hanna please stand again. Dr. Hanna was supposed to retire at the end of last year, but at the board's request, put off his retirement for a year to lead our district. Dr. Hanna will be retiring at the end of this school year after 34 years of service as a teacher and administrator. Dr. Hanna, on behalf of the Blue Valley Northwest, our students and community, thank you for your service to the Blue Valley community and your leadership as interim superintendent. Audience, please join me in thanking Dr. Hanna. During class day on Friday, several of our seniors shared their thoughts and feelings through speeches and songs. We're fortunate tonight to have more of your class sharing their talents and insights. Our first honorary student performer will be our senior speaker, Miss Emily Staples, with her speech entitled, "It's Not You, It's Me." Emily is the daughter of Kevin and Kim Staples. This fall, Emily will attend Iowa State University, majoring in advertising and minoring in business administration. Class of 2016, I give you Emily.
All right, before I start, can I take a selfie real quick with you guys? All right, thank you. It was an honor to be selected to speak on behalf of my class today. I would like to thank students, staff, parents, and the school board for coming, and all the support everyone has shown the class of 2016. All right, so this is kind of awkward, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Dear Blue Valley Northwest, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but I'm breaking up with you. In fact, the whole class of 2016 is breaking up with you. I know you've heard this a lot from other graduating classes and have had your fair share of heartbreaks, but please don't cry and make this harder than it already is. I promise, it's not you, it's us. We've had a great run high school, but it's time for us to move on. And if I'm being honest, we've been seeing someone else. I didn't want to be the one who had to tell you this, but you deserve to know. All the seniors have fallen head over heels for new schools or opportunities to pursue next year. I, along with my classmates, have a lot ahead of us, and we've reached a point where we'll be holding each other back if we continue to stay together. Don't get me wrong, high school. We had a great connection. There were highs and lows, of course. I think everyone will admit that. Let's take a look back on our cringe-worthy photos from freshman homecoming, for instance. All the boys are being swallowed by their suits, and the girls had some interesting fashion choices. I had no idea how to pluck my eyebrows, wore clip-on earrings because I still hadn't got my ears pierced, and was rocking the braces. Times were rough. In high school, you hadn't treated us very well yet. I, for one, was miserable. I had made no new friends, joined no new clubs, and was slowly disappearing into non-existence as others made their mark. I watched as the class of 2016 made lasting impacts in all areas throughout this high school relationship, whether it be in academics, athletics, or arts. We are the class that went from losing to the staff our first Spirit Week to beating the seniors sophomore year. The class of average students turned super geniuses. We've seen students achieve academic excellence with numerous merit scholars, honor students, perfect ACT, PSAT, and SAT scores. Other students went far in athletic tournaments and became state champions this year. While some competed in the highest levels of DECA, chess, journalism, We the People, mock trials, cheer, and dance competitions. This class put in a lot of hard work and effort to get to this place. So much so, it might be hard for some of us to recognize our freshman year selves. But me? My transformation took a while to recognize. Then, as time passed, being with you high school taught me about greater things than math or reading. You taught me about myself. I learned I couldn't sit back and hope opportunities found me. As I saw my peers trying out for basketball, choir, and dance teams, I learned to be a fighter and to go after the things I wanted in life. I joined Stuco, Peeps, Rebel, and Newspaper, along with my fellow classmates. I started to find my place with everyone else and met the most amazing people along the way. I stopped letting life pass me by as I moped about wishing I could be someone else. I always thought I wanted to be cool, popular, and accepted. But I realized the only person I truly needed acceptance from was myself. In high school, I found that while I was with you. We've all found some part of ourselves because of you. We've not only blossomed physically, dropping the braces, losing the awkward teenage acne, but we've also blossomed mentally. You pushed us, and we grew and matured and became this amazing group of people. But high school, your linoleum floors, creaky lockers, and early morning routine has stayed stagnant as we flourished. We're in different phases of our lives now, and that's okay, but we must move on. So, while yes, the entire class is breaking up with you, we will never forget you. We will never forget feeling the vibrations of students in the bleachers during spirit assemblies, watching Husky headlines with our advisory, and staying well after the final bell had rung to hang out in the locker area with friends or go to club meetings or practices. We will never forget the teachers who worked tirelessly for us day in and out, how much they cared for us, and how lucky we were to have them in our lives. And we will never forget feeling the embrace of the school after our fellow classmate passed away. In high school, don't forget the class of 2016, the class full of the most amazing transformations. The shy boy turned homecoming prince, the athletic girl turned superstar journalist, the struggling writer turned published poet, the C-team manager turned varsity captain, the preppy kid turned eccentric artist, the kid with no friends turned beloved classmate, and me. Remember me as the girl who found some part of herself, the girl who today, along with her fellow classmates, walk out these doors with graduation caps placed on heads held a lot higher than they were 4 years ago. Sincerely, Emily Staples in the class of 2016. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Finally, our honor senior musical performer will be Tasia Jewel Robinson. She'll be performing Finding Wonderland from the movie Wonderland, composed by Frank Wildhorn. She'll be accompanied by Daniel Wynn. Tasia is the daughter of Karen Scott, and she'll be attending Texas Christian University this fall, majoring in theater. Class of 2016, I give you Tasia.
move too fast. We miss so much. We seldom see all the miracles in front of us. A warm embrace, a human touch, and so it goes. I race around, search high and low for the truth I used to know, where there was magic to be found. 'Cause finding wonderland is taking time to see the child within who's always been there, smiling back at me. So when I close my eyes, I just remember, and I can't help finding wonderland. It's not too late. Here in my prime, hearts can unbreak in the story's nick of time. A happy ending, a perfect rhyme. 'Cause finding wonderland is finding who you are, the child within who's always been there like a shining star. So when I close my eyes, I see forever, and I keep on finding wonderland. Ordinary magic happens every single day, but wonderland is never far away. 'Cause finding wonderland is going home again to feel the love another gives and give it back. And then if you should lose your way, reach out for someone's hand, and you'll be finding wonderland. You'll be finding wonderland. Thank you.
Each year, the graduating class selects a staff member to deliver the honorary commencement address. The class of 2016 has selected Mr. Bill Smithyman to be this year's speaker. Bill is a member of the Northwest English team and serves as our advisory chairperson. Bill graduated from Blue Valley Northwest in 1996. He earned his undergraduate degree from Drake University in secondary education and English, and his Master's of Science in Education from Baker University. Earlier this year, Bill was named one of 100 Milken Award winners in the United States. The Milken Award is considered to be the academic award for educators. Class of 2016, I give you Mr. Bill Smithyman.
Class of 2016, I am flattered to be invited to address you this evening. As some of you are well aware, I grew up hustling on the mean city streets of Nottingham Forest. As Dr. Murphy mentioned, I went to Blue Valley Northwest, and I too graduated in a highly talented class like yours. I have no idea what our keynote speaker said to us that evening when I graduated in 1996, but I'd like to give you some equally memorable words that I could have used when I was 18. The truth is that you are both lucky and unlucky. You are lucky to have the support of your peers and your friends and the family around you. You are lucky to have gone to one of the foremost high schools in our nation, and you are extra lucky to be one of the brightest and most talented classes to graduate from that high school. But that is where you could also be considered unlucky. It would be easy to feel a very human sense of self-doubt when you compare yourself to the peers around you. So that is my incredibly complicated advice for you tonight. Stop doing that. Live life for you. I'd like you to try an experiment inspired by Dr. Privil's visit to my Avid 12 senior classroom earlier this year. Keep your eyes focused straight ahead, or better yet, even up, and everyone can participate in this. I'd like you to picture the shoes of the person sitting next to you. No peeking. Do you have a mental picture of the shoes of the person sitting next to you? Some of you ladies spent hours picking out your shoe wear for this event. Gentlemen, you spent less time and maybe had a little bit more parent advisement. But either way, you knew that your footwear would absolutely be the only thing that differentiated you from the mass of black robes tonight. And yet, those shoes still may have failed to make an impact on the person who's been sitting mere inches from you for the last half hour. So how did you pick your shoes for this evening? Did you pick the shoes that you thought would impress your peers or that they expected you to wear? Or did you pick the shoes that you wanted to wear to your own graduation? The shoe choice is just a small example of how we may base our choices on what others' perceptions might be. Because I'm guessing, ladies, from the looks of it, you did not base your selection on comfort. The answer to what will they think of me is hopefully made obvious not just by the shoe experiment, but from that time, or multiple times, you tripped up the stairs. You thought they didn't forget for a week. They forgot within 30 seconds. Whether you feel unlucky or lucky to graduate in this talented class, this can be your final evening of comparing yourself to them. From here, you're going to explode out into more than 400 very different paths, exploring new capabilities and talents each step of the way that you may not even know you have yet. This is where your class motto is very significant. It's never too late to be who you want to be. You didn't choose, it's never too late to be who others expect you to be. You didn't choose, it's never too late to be who your peers and family thinks you are. Your class chose, it's never too late to be who you want to be. So don't be afraid of that. Embrace it. Listen to your gut. Keep the people in your life who value you for you. Do the work that exhausts and exhilarates you every single day. Be who you want to be. Take the path you want to take, and wear the shoes you want to wear. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smithyman, for your wonderful words. All the success and accomplishments that happen at Blue Valley Northwest could not be achieved without our motivated students, caring parents, and a great faculty and staff. I'd like to take a few moments to share with you some information about the wonderful faculty and staff which make up our Blue Valley Northwest family. As you can see, the faculty members are seated on either side of our candidates. Each faculty member is wearing the academic regalia that identifies their highest degree in the institute or college from which they received that degree. At Blue Valley Northwest, we have 103 certified staff members. In addition, there are 54 paras, aides, custodians, and secretaries that make up our support staff. Among the teaching staff, we have 85 that hold a master's degree, 1 that holds a specialist, and 4 that hold doctorates. And together, the teaching staff has 1,233 years of teaching in Blue Valley. Blue Valley Northwest faculty and staff, will you please stand? And audience, will you please join me in thanking these professionals for a job well done? Please stand. At this time, it's my honor to recognize the recipients of the Superintendent's Award. The Superintendent's Award represents the achievement of academic excellence over the entire 4 years a student is enrolled in high school. Those students who've excelled in academics, achieving among the highest in their class, are recognized. To earn this distinction, students must place among the top 10 students in either our weighted or our unweighted grade point average, making it possible for us to have more than 10 students to be recognized. These students receive their Superintendent's Award medallions at our Class Day celebration on Friday. Would these students please stand when I call their name? Parents and guardians, we'd ask that you please stand when your son or daughter is recognized. Again, audience, I'd ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. The students' names will be read in alphabetical order. Viba Agarwald, Claudia Chin, Madeline Connor, Sam Crowell, Nandita Daga, Alex DiMaria, Shayna Ferris Fowler, Spencer Halverson, Peter Hartman, Holly Hall, Sarabi Kachar, Catherine Mathis, Nicholas Maurer, Allison Megan, Anders Pearson, Madison Pickett, Maggie Pyle, Saruchi Ramanujan, Ria Rana, Blake Shadwick, Susie Song, Megan Taggart, Jesse Tannehill, Taryn Thomas, Zura Urbani, Vivek Villakaputi, and Arden Williams. Let's give these students a round of applause. You may be seated. Dr. White and honored guests, I'd like to share with you and our audience some facts about this fabulous group of young people in front of me. In this class, we have 9 National Merit finalists, 1 National Merit semifinalist, 20 National Merit Commended Scholars, 8 Presidential Scholar nominees, 2 Presidential Scholar semifinalists, 4 Governor Scholars, 72 Kansas State Scholars, 58 Kansas ACT Scholars, meaning you received a score of 32 or higher on your ACT no later than December of 2015. We have 177 Presidential Awards of Educational Excellence, meaning that you earned a grade point average of 3.5 or higher, and you achieved on a standardized test, the ACT or the SAT, at the 85th percentile in math or reading. Prior to taking AP tests this year, we had 23 AP Scholars, 15 AP Scholars with honors, 18 AP Scholars with distinction, 1 AP State Scholar, and 2 AP National Scholars. And I'm sure that these numbers will increase with the hundreds of AP exams you've taken over the last 2 weeks. On the activity side, you have accomplished 45 1 ratings at regionals, 24 1 ratings at state, 30 all-district musicians, 50 superior ratings, 2 state championships, 2 regional championships, 2 national qualifiers, 1 4th-place finish at nationals, 2 3rd-place finishes at state, and 3 2nd-place finishes at state. You also have 52 medals awarded at DECA and FBLA state competitions. On the athletic side, you've accomplished 1 EKL championship, 1 regional champion, 2 sub-state champions, 1 4th-place finish at state, 2 2nd-place finishes at state. Prior to this weekend, we had 1 state champion, and as of yesterday, we have 2 state champions. So could the members of the boys tennis team please stand as our newest state champions? According to the information that was self-reported by you and your parents, the class of 2016 has been offered scholarships which total $17.8 million. Audience, please join me in thanking these young people for their dedication and hard work. Seniors, all of the wonderful facts and accomplishments I've just shared about you couldn't happen without the support and care of your families. At this time, I would ask all parents and guardians of senior class members to please stand. Seniors, please join me in thanking your parents and guardians for the support that they've provided you over the years. Class of 2016, your time has finally arrived, and your hard work has paid off. On behalf of everyone at Blue Valley Northwest, I'd like to congratulate you and wish you the best of luck. As I bid farewell to the class of 2016, I'd like to thank you for all that you've done for Northwest. As I told you on Friday, it's not about who you were when you got to Northwest. What's more important is who you've become. 720 days ago, I asked you, what kind of Husky will you become? I'm excited and proud to say that you've become all that I ever hoped and so much more. You're a very special class and will forever have a special place in my heart. Because of each of you, Northwest is a better place. You will not be forgotten. I wish you the best of luck in all that you do, and always remember, once a Husky, always a Husky. Before the presentation of the class, I'd ask the audience please refrain from the use of artificial noisemakers and air horns during the presentation of the class and the reading of the names. This will allow all of our students and their families to have the opportunity to hear their name read. The class of 2016 has selected faculty to read the names of our graduates. Reading names this year will be Mr. C.J. Armenta, Mr. Tinny Dewey, Mr. Kyle Farrington, Mr. Jim McCrossan, Mrs. Nicole Orick, and Mrs. E. Pearson. At this time, I'd ask Dr. White to come forward to present the class of 2016.
Would the graduating class of 2016 please stand? The faculty and administration of the Blue Valley Northwest High School are recommending each of you for graduation. You have completed the requirements for a high school diploma set forth by the state of Kansas, the Department of Education, and the Blue Valley Unified School District Board of Education. Members of the board, President Seitz, on behalf of the Blue Valley School District, I present the Blue Valley Northwest High School class of 2016 for the receipt of their diplomas.
Trevor Joseph Accord. Hannah Micaiah Adams. Garth Palmer Adcock. Viva Agarwal. Mira Aluwalia. Seja Muhammad Alaga. Sama Mahadab Alaga. Claire Noel Albright. Emma Elizabeth Alexander. Armin Ahmad Al-Husani. Anna Renee Alvarado. Jessica Vanessa Alvarado. Sophia Miranda Amos White. John Kingsley Anderson. Nicholas Lewis Atuna. Samantha Elizabeth Arch. Abhishek Arnapali. Dimitri Nikki Arvanatakis. Isabel Mackenzie Obey. Jared Allen Bailey. Olivia Marie Baird. Emily Rose Ball. Jaral Hader Bangash. Patrick Michael Banning. Carson Scott Barlows. Xavier Marcel Barwick. Christian Tyler Bates. Emil Daniel Batruni. Kiana Marquis Beard. Colton Matthew Becker. Lauren Josephine Beischel. Shyla Bell Johnson. Grace Lynn Berger. Bruno Alvarez Biazetto. Andrew Richard Binder. Joya Marie Bloss. Anna Canfield Bodine. Ryan Patrick Bipley. Blake Alexander Bolin. Aaron Mackenzie Boyson Green. Scott David Brainerd. Hunter Samuel Bratman. Elaine Louisa Breidenthal. Emma Jane Brightwell. Eric Thomas Brill. Haley Marin Briones. Elijah Daniel Britton. Madison Gail Brower. Peyton Lewis Brown. Stephanie Burgorinovich. Ryan Zachary Berger. James Jesse Burrell. Patrick Allen Buzzard. Agatha Soja Kane. Noah Francis Campen. Christian Elijah Carden. Matthew Sho A. Carey. Adam Philip Carr. Joseph Timothy Chapman. Claudia Joyce Chen. Aaron Chia Chang. Nikit Sai Chimalakanda. Meghana Harini Chinalacharagari. Lauren Marie Christie. Kendra Rose Chrisman.
Lena Hannah Clark. Grace Elizabeth Cohen. Kennedy Ann Kofelt. Harel Svi Cohen. Benjamin Joseph Colson. Florenzia Caparini LaRoche. Kayla Michelle Connor. Alexander Brooks Connolly. Madeline Elizabeth Connor. Joseph Jeffrey Corner. David John Thornton Cottingham. Jacob Matthew Cross. Emma Elise Crowan. Samuel Ray Crowell. Cassidy Ann Curtis. Nandita Daga. Dawson William Daly. Riva Shashank Date. Enya Guadalupe de Luna Mejia. Alex Michael De Maria. Hua Dung. Michael Brett Dennis. Teresa Jordan Dennison. Harris Lee DeWaskin. Subhankar Day. Logan Jeffrey Diamond. Hui Guang Don. Sean Patrick Dole. Jade Monet Dryden. Sydney Simone Dryden. Cole Daniel Dunsing. Jack Fulton Duke. Victoria Elise Dye. Emily Ann Educate. Youssef Amar Eldakak. Clark D. Elford. Zaid Jamal El-Khatib. Samuel Robert Elliott. Dawson Paul Engel. Tylan Denise Erdogan. Logan Lewis Evans. Nicholas Fairman. Caitlin Ann Fabian. Alec Michael Feather. Michaela Renee Felix. Jenna Elizabeth Felson. Matthew Edward Felson. Cole Jacob Fine. Jacob Michael Fiola. Kevin Michael Fishbaugh. Matthew Kyle Fishbaugh. Margaret Ann Fitzgerald. Caitlin Elizabeth Flanagan. Megan Nicole Fleming. Jordan Frank Flores. Ashley Nicole Fryermuth. Sarah Kate Frecking. Wyatt Lewis Gaddy. Vincent Paul Galade. Joshua Michael Garcia. Zoe Mira Gargish. Sarah Renee Gasser. Aiden John George. Ian Robert George. Olivia Rose George. Abhishek Rohan Ghosh.
Carly Samantha Gibbs. Allison Nicole Glazer. Will Andrew Gordon. Jack Nathan Gould. Sophie Catherine Graham. Madison Paige Graves. Mackenzie Ashlyn Gregory. Connor William Hall. Bradley Spencer Halverson. Evan Richard Hamilton. Evan Philip Hamner. Ricky Hahn. Sarah Christine Hansen. Alexandra Spiritula Harrington. Noah James Harris. Brenna Rose Harsh. Peter Alexander Hartman. Camden Miller Hatley. Benjamin Lee Hawkins. Madison Renee Head. Kathleen Mary Hecker. Justin Owen Henry. Jade Summer Hensley. Jordan Doyle Higgins. Dylan Lewis Hookanadel. Noah James Holliger. Jamie Noel Honeyman. Lauren Elizabeth Hoover. Mateen Hormati. Quinn May Hong. Chase Nicholas Hughes. Ethan William Holke. Olivia Grace Holke. Daniel P. Wynn. Mallory Blair Izzard. Griffin Vaughn Ivanov. Christopher Perry James. Orion Michaela Jameson. Darius Carrion Jester. Blake William Johnson. Skylar Noel Johnson. Trenton James Johnson. Zachary Andrew Johnson. Gabriel Raphael Jones. Blake Andrew Jordan. Jordan Lynn Joyce. Jesse Lee Kalal. Alexandria Nicole Kallmeyer. Nicholas Ryan Kammerer. Cynthia Wanjiro Karanja. Arash Karbasi. Andrew Kent Kostendik. Libby Elaine Kaufman. Megan Lee Keller. Ryan Eugene Kelly. Colin Christopher Kenny. Carrington Crystal Kennison. Caroline Jean Kearns. Sarabi Atul Kachar. Saif Khan. Cameron Thomas Kentz. Brian Hesu Kim. Braden Charles Kissinger. Daniel James Knowles. Jack Alexander Knudsen. Nathaniel Joseph Kokite.
Rajat Nanaya Kodira. Samuel Ray Kane. Jacqueline Frances Colsey. Catherine Elaine Colsey. Noah John Kramer. Patrick Mark Krogel. Emily Abigail Coleman. Allison Catherine Curry. A. Jack John Lalick. Joseph Edward Lamberts. Tyler Sean Lamson. Hope Bradley Lancaster. Jackson Preston Lang. Jason C. Larimore. Alexandra Nicole Lauback. Joey Ann Lauer. Drew Madison Lawrence. Catherine Maxine Laxon. Jiang Li. Cole Thomas Lindeman. Chase McKinley Lippum. Samuel Liu. James Richard Lowe. Jonathan Douglas Lowe. Daniel Choice Lynch. Taylor Nicole Mason. Kevin Leon Massey. Alyssa Ann Masterson. Connor James Mathis. Catherine Elizabeth Mathis. Dhruv Chandra Mather. Nicholas Bennett Maurer. Mallory Ryan McBride. Claire Marie McCann. Catherine Marie McCann. Jacob Cole McLean. Nia Alyssa McDuffie. Lauren Ashley McGrew. Maxwell Boyd McVicker. Allison Marie Megan. Mackenzie Lynn Meehan. Nicholas Jeffrey Malin. Catherine Ann Meyer. Seth Alexander Merchant. Maya Renee Mertz. Shannon Adelaide Machuda. Charles James Miller. Camden James Miller. Megan Grace Miller. Jasmine Nicole Mitchell. Joseph Charles Mitchell. Alexis Marie Mozak. Timothy Maxwell Moynihan. Jackson Liam Machino. Madia Mohammed Bonds. Holly Ann Christine Mullen. Amber M. Munir. Reagan Alexa Muth. Eric William Nolte. Alvar Emiliano Negrete Banos. Bryn Nicole Nielsen. William Augustov Carl Nelson. Alexis Ann Newton. Liba Hajra Nisar.
Bailey Hunter Nolan. Mitchell James Norris. Matthew Thomas Oberly. Abigail Marie O'Grady. Emily Ann Olchen. Jacqueline Marie O'Meara. Gabrielle April Orozco Franklin. Mariah Catherine Osborne. Sarah Rose Paperi. Robert Grant Parks. Grant Timothy Pasowicz. Anders Vernon Pearson. Mitchell Irwin Piney. John Gage Pemberton. Daniel James Penrod. Alyssa Nicole Fomta. Madison Ray Pickett. Peyton Elizabeth Pierce. Ennis Adam Amador Pinion. Alexandra Joyce Price. Tyler Joseph Price. Sahan Busaluri. Fletcher Matthew Pyle. Maggie Elizabeth Pyle. Abdulrahman J. Kador. Frank Porter Ravaski. Arvin Ragaraman. Saruchi Archita Ramanujan. Aswarya L. Ramaswamy. Ria Rana. Alexandra Lee Rinaldo. Pavan S. Rao. Manisha Ravi. Nikita Ravakanti. Jackson Charles Reagan. Dylan Thomas Riesing. Kyle Thomas Renner. Brian Reyes. Rachel Christine Reynolds. Robin Michelle Reynolds. Luis Paulo Ringer. Riley Ann Roberts. Tasia Jewel Robinson. Mason Charles Rohr. Isaac Moore Rominger. Evan Michelle Rooney. Gabrielle Kirsten Rosenwald. Claire Elizabeth Ross. Sarah Lane Ross. Nico A. Ruiz. Melina Saucedo. Danielle Elizabeth Saunders Rudolph. Brianna Mackenzie Schaefer. Scott Michael Schwartwager. Surrendar Reddy Salome. Jordan Isabella Serrati. Monica Lauren Sewell. Blake Thomas Shadwick. William Thomas Sharp. Callista Renee Shell. Ryan Wesley Sherwood. Talisha T. Shockley. Jordan David Shook Rothenberg. Blake Anthony Simpson.
Narupon Singhapa. Yenny Elizabeth Skaptodotich. Michaela Joe Sleaford. Reagan Elizabeth Smith. Susie Esther Song. Thomas Matthew Spillman. Brandon P. Stanzik. Emily Rose Staples. Madison Nicole Steiner. Brianna Lachey Stell. Jordan Allen Stenberg. Selena Zorana Stiver Smith. Alexander James Stubenhofer. Alexa Lauren Summers. Brett Norral Swanson. Katrina Hizan Takte. Megan Marie Taggart. Jesse Reese Tannehill. Alec Gary Taylor. Maggie Grace Taylor. Matthew Dean Taylor. Malachi Isaiah Thomas. Taryn Grace Thomas. Artem A. Tuma. Maxwell David Tierney. Jalen Michael Townsell. Colin Lane Treader. Cole James Trumba. Ian Douglas Trost. Caroline Johanna Troop. Cooper Robert Truesdale. Robin Marie Timon. Zora Urbanyi. Hannah Marie Van Buskirk. Alyssa Faith Vega. Vivek Velagapudi. Aisha Vishnani. Nathaniel Hockaday Vossman. Natasha Lynn Vihovsky. Benjamin Francis Wakefield. Adam Lee Wallace. Levi Anthony Walsh. George K. Wang. Amara Imani Washington. Alexa Louise Weber. Jackson Rayford Wells. Mary Elena Workowicz. Maxwell Griffin Wayforth. Paul Craig Whitener. Alex James Wickingson. Piper Marie Wiley. Arden Simone Williams. Callie Nicole Williams. Jack Nicholas Wilson. Kyle Alexander Wilson. Reed Fisher Winkley. Jacqueline Ann Winnie. Eric Lamar Winters Jr. Kyla Yvonne Wise. Oliver Bennett Wixon. Grayson Ann Warple. Grady Owen Wright. Trisha Shrey. Sarah Julia Yegana Kazemi. Andrew Ryan Yonke. Rachel Marie Young. And Madison Elizabeth Zack.
Before we conclude this evening, I'd like to remind family members that in order to allow more time at the conclusion of our graduation ceremony for the graduates to take pictures with family and friends and to help get our students to project graduation in a more timely fashion, we're making a change to the conclusion of the graduation ceremony. Rather than asking all family and friends to exit Municipal to Barney Alice Plaza to meet up with your graduates, we'll now welcome you, family and friends, onto the floor of Municipal Auditorium at the conclusion of the ceremony following the graduate recessional. We feel this will cut down on the time it will take for our graduates to meet with family and friends for pictures, change for project graduation, and drop off clothes with their family before loading buses to go to Power Play. We will still ask all graduates to pick up their diplomas and retrieve any items and give those to their family and friends. Once all graduates have recessed out, I'll invite family and friends to enter the floor to meet your graduates. We understand that this is a departure from previous year's ceremony, but believe it will allow for a more efficient use of time after the ceremony. Graduates will have 15 minutes to pick up their diplomas at the table in the back. If you don't get your diploma tonight, you can pick it up at school next week. Parents and guardians, please make sure that that diploma goes home with you so it isn't lost at Power Play tonight. The Parent Booster Club would like to have buses loaded by 9:15. Just a reminder, the students, we will recess out of the arena in the same order that you entered. Please wait till your row is dismissed. Class of 2016, as a symbol of your graduation, you may now move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Now, will you please find your parents, grandparents, and family members and turn and face them? Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce to you the Blue Valley Northwest graduates for the class of 2016, the 23rd graduating class. This concludes tonight's ceremony. Thanks for your attendance and support, and the recessional may begin.